Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. It's good to see all of your beautiful faces. Yes. Welcome to the realm of comics, where we discuss everything graphic novels, manga, and everything related under the sun to just graphic art. We love it. Graphic art in a positive way. I always feel like when I say graphic art, it comes off as not being positive. Anyway, don't pay me any attention. Okay, so we are here to do 5 manga series that I own that I need to start. 5 manga series that I need to start. As y'all know, this is 30 and 30. I've really been primarily uploading content related to 30 and 30, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I mean, still related to 30 and 30, but it not being a 30 and 30 vlog. That's what I mean. Okay, so I have these 5 manga series that I want to talk a little bit about. I own all of these. I actually was very surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked on my shelf, and granted, there's still a lot more manga on my shelf that I could read, but my whole thing is that there's not a lot of series on my shelf that I haven't started. So this was actually kind of a task for me, because I looked at my shelf and I was like, you know, what are some series on my shelf that I could definitely start? And I'm like, but I've started a lot of these. I just need to continue with them. So I did find 5 that I need to start and, you know, get into. Some of these I've heard a lot about. Some of these are classics. Some of these I'm nervous about, but let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so the first one that I have up here is Princess Jellyfish by Akiko Higashimura, which don't come for me for butchering names here. I feel like I've read a couple of pages of this. I'm not sure, but I feel like I have. This focuses on a main character that is in I think a kind of like a household or a dormitory or somewhere where she is in a safe haven for geek girls until she comes across a very fashionable woman, which is what this community often tries to avoid. But it leads to an unexpected relationship, which I think is like a friendship that may develop that her and her other friends are not expecting. I've heard interesting things about Princess Jellyfish. I own these are I think these are like the omnis kind of, or maybe these have like 2 volumes worth in them, but I have volumes 1 and 2 of the series, and I definitely need to get started on it because come on, like I love stories like that. The next one is one that I think a lot of people have read. It's pretty popular, everyone enjoys it, and it is Witch Hat Atelier. This has taken the reading community by storm. I've heard so many people talk about this. Now I have flipped through this because I heard that the art is absolutely beautiful, which is dangerous because it could spoil myself, but I'm really excited to read this for the art alone. Y'all know how I am when it comes to comics and graphic novels and manga. The art is what sells it for me, and I heard the art in this is stunning. It follows a main character who has thought for most of her life that witches are born with magic. It's not something that can be taught, but she ends up spying or watching a witch and learns that you in fact can learn magic, and so she tries teaching herself spells and stuff, but it goes completely left, and I think this is just her journey. I'm excited for it. Like I said, artwork, I need to stop flipping through it, and I own the first 2 volumes of this one. The next one I have is super popular. I even have like some of my friends have kids who like love this, and they know that I'm an adult that reads manga and watches anime. It's amazing to interact with kids who like love manga and love anime, and they find out that you're an adult that loves manga. It changes a lot of things in a very positive way. And so one of my close friends, her daughter really loves the series, and she's got me really amped and excited. I took her to a Comic-Con and bought her one of the figurines for this, and so now I need to read it because I can't keep telling her no, I haven't started it yet, and that is Demon Slayer. And why I'm holding up volume 2, I don't know, because volume 1 is in a container. It's in a container over there. I know exactly where it is. Demon Slayer. This should be volume 1. I mean, I don't like, listen, let me tell you something. I don't even think that this really needs much of an introduction, because it's the main character who ends up losing his family, and particularly his sister gets turned into a demon by a demon. And so, you know, he's out basically to avenge this loss of his family, his sister being turned into a demon, and he decides to join this group to seek his vengeance. I love a good revenge story. I've heard really great things about this series. I really have. And it's on the Shonen Jump app, or yeah, I think it's on the Shonen Jump app. I don't even have to collect this. I mean, I do already own volumes 1 and 2, but I literally could just read this on my phone. For some reason, I read manga faster on my phone than I do in volume format, which is weird considering that I read it chapter by chapter. I don't know. Maybe it's something about reading it chapter by chapter than reading it in full that has me full that way. But this is a series that I easily could start and continue and finish because I have access to all of the content. Why haven't I done it? The same reason why I don't do anything else in my life, you know? Procrastination. The next one that I have is one that I've seen people talk about, but it's not one that's had enough buzz in a way that makes me super curious. But I do have volumes 1 and 2 because I've heard decent things about it, and that is Blue Period, and this is by Yamaguchi. I am interested in this because of the art element of it. And so we're following a main character who is pretty blasé, like, you know, has friends and does well in school, and but it's just kind of like, it's boring. And so he stumbles upon this after school like art thing and becomes immersed in it, and quickly learns that the art world is not friendly, which I think to this day, like in reality, in real life, I don't think it's always as friendly as people may think. I have a lot of friends that are artists, great humans, absolutely adore them. But I think when we start thinking about some of the upper echelon communities, when we think about art, not always as friendly, not as always easy to make it in those circles. But I'm looking forward to this. I don't know much about the art, but from what I see just flipping through, it does look like decent art. Like I said, I own volumes. Do I own volume 2 of this? I may only have 1 volume of this. I could only have 1 volume of this, but we'll see how this first volume goes and whether this is something that I can get from a library or something that I need to request. All right, so the last thing I have here is a big deluxe edition that was gifted to me by one of my viewers, which I greatly appreciate, Beth, for picking this up for me, and this is Berserk. This is the deluxe edition. This is huge. It's beautiful. I still haven't taken the paper off because I just cannot bring myself to do it. I need to do it, but I can't bring myself to do it. It needs to be a thing that happens. But this is Berserk, the deluxe edition. This started coming out, I believe, in the late 80s. This is a well-known and well-loved manga. This is a classic manga, one that makes me very nervous to read. It is dark, from what I've heard. It is graphic, and it is a revenge plot, which I already heard me. I like a good revenge story. We're following one character who is after another character because he pretty much sacrificed people to get his own kind of like demon power. I actually, you know what? I kind of want to open this now. I've had this wrapped for so long, because I always have such a fear of unwrapping anything like this. And it's sealed for parental advisory, but I always feel like the plastic keeps it protected, but I also cannot keep it in plastic forever, because I don't know what the artwork for Berserk looks like. And I think it's definitely the old school vibe to it. Yeah, definitely old school. Some of these I cannot show on camera. This one I can, but it's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous artwork. Oh my goodness, it's old school, but it's beautiful. This is gorgeous. I am looking forward to reading this. I am nervous to read this because it's so big. It's a chunker, but I'm excited. I'm so nervous because now that I have this deluxe edition. I feel like now I'm gonna want all of them in this deluxe edition, but they are so expensive. So thank you, Beth, so much for gifting this to me. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all, so that is it. Those are the 5 manga series that I need to start. Be on the lookout sometime later on this week, hopefully, for a recommendation video. I'm still vlogging and filming for 30 and 30. I think by the time this goes up, we are actually in part 4, which means after part 4, I have one last part for 30 and 30, and then that'll be wrapped up, and we'll switch back over to doing my regularly like weekly graphic novel manga and still doing my Friday recommendations. I'm trying to figure out something consistent for Wednesdays. So if anybody has any ideas or thoughts of what you would like to see, maybe Wednesdays could be like TBR related stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But either way, thanks y'all for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what manga series you're interested in trying or checking out. Or if you want to recommend some manga series for me to try, let me know in the comment box down below. And as always, I will be back with another video soon. If you're interested in following me on social media, all the links will be down in the description box below. And I'll see y'all soon, which I think I've said like 30 times now. It's fine. Bye.